Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my co-host over here, the Grease. Say hello, Grease.
Estoy aquí, Will.
You're doing that again.
Yeah.
The only phrase you ever learned in high school, in English or in Spanish.
Well, I dabbled in Spanish on vacation. There was just a lot of margaritas.
Grease, you went to Mexico Beach, Florida, not Mexico. You were still in the United States.
It does confuse people. Actually, this time I went to Amelia Island.
Oh no, yeah. I
So
know. I just had a joke.
I know what you were doing, but I just needed to clarify because I just didn't want people to think that I went on double vacation. Some people knew I went to Amelia.
You do. You double vacate quickly, often.
Right. So Dan and Julie pre-gamed our show.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And they went live.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was great. And I wanted to say that when I got...
Is that why nothing was set up when I got here again?
That is not... You better get right with Jesus right now.
Let me take that back. I was at my house waiting to leave, but I had to find out whether or not you had anything here. You're like, yes, don't have audio here.
I'll be honest with you. I had a nook party since the last time we did this.
2.5 weeks ago.
Okay, well,
I mean, you've had time to reset.
I've been gone, and then.
Oh, okay. We all know you were gone because Mama Grease made her debut live. That was
right.
That was something.
Well, so I got off the plane in Jacksonville.
Okay,
going to Amelia.
Yeah,
and I text Dan and I said, "Hey, man, how far away are you from Amelia Island?" And he was like 2 hours. And then he was on his show recently, and he was like. And that was it. We never talked again the whole vacation or whatever. And so I had to text him. I was like, "Dadgummit,
Grease move."
Well, I was like, "Dadgummit, Dan, I couldn't drive 5 minutes legally."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So fair. 2 hours, one way. By the way, one way for 2 hours. It was a mess. It was not. Good.
I understand the geography of North Florida. Like, I mean, you don't have.
I don't even think you need to know about geography. I think you just need to know about sobriety.
Well, no, but you said one way, 2 hours. Like, I know where Gainesville, and I know where Amelia Island are, and I know where Jacksonville is. These are all common places.
Right, he's in Gainesville.
I'm aware.
Do you think he's a Florida fan, like for real? For real?
Yeah.
I know he gave you those cups and balls.
I think that he is.
That were branded Florida.
I think Julie gave me those. I mean,
right.
it was a couple.
Right. I'm not going to tell him that we left at the Galt House.
Yeah. So we're going to do some things tonight. So first of all, we went to, first of all, what kind of host are you? I'm here at your house in the Nook drinking nothing.
Oh, right. Because I have a thing.
No. Okay.
I pre-planned.
That's not how this works. I literally spent all afternoon like.
You did.
And I went over like, here's what we're going to do on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I have something.
Okay.
I don't know. So here's the greasy part. This is very greasy.
Oh, you brought Glenn Cairns down to the Nook tonight.
I have like 10 of them.
Must be fancy.
So this is a blind.
Okay. Oh gosh. Do you know what this is?
For you and for me, because I don't remember. I want us to play a game real quick.
Okay.
I want us to see if you and I can come into an agreement, because that's now a word. I want us to come to an agreement on what this is, but we'll never know the true answer because if something
that's enough. I don't want if something's mystery in a mason jar at your house, I don't want 2 ounces of it. I want maybe just a wafting in my nostrils.
Here's the deal. I've never put anything bad in a mason jar.
Yeah.
That I'm aware of.
No, that's not true.
So
that is not an accurate statement.
No, I put mulligan in a regular cup to catch fruit flies.
Okay, that's
that
fine.
That wasn't a daggum mason jar. Mason jars are sacred, dude.
I cannot I would guarantee you've put not good things in mason jars. You've made blends that weren't even good that you put in mason jars.
That's okay. This smells beautiful.
I haven't smelled it yet.
You should smell it. We need to come to
this is definitely has Buffalo Trace products as a base.
It definitely feels like it does feel very BT.
So update on Samantha's drinking.
Oh yeah.
So are
you sure you want to catalog it?
Oh yeah. No, she'll be on here before.
I can't wait for our next video we're releasing. It's going to be like I think it's tomorrow, but I have 6
for years.
I have
5 years. I labored it to make sure we got content out, and it's like Grease, like, let's do YouTube. I'll handle it, and it's like, maybe we'll get something out. Hey, Will, could you do one of those Pooh Bear things real quick, just to buy us some time?
I know it's been a rough. I had.
Oh, it's been rough. You've just been drunk at the beach.
You literally
told me. No, you literally told me.
You
literally told me I'm going to edit it on the plane ride down there. Instead, I saw a picture your wife posted of you passed out, nose hanging out of your mask on the plane.
I left my editing computer, my streaming computer's what I did.
Wait a second. You left gear somewhere?
No, my charger. I mean, I guess that's gear. I didn't bring that charger. So I was able to sync everything up and process it and go through it minimally, but then it just wasn't there. So
we got a super chat from Jason.
Oh, of course we do.
My son James is a new sub, and it's his first live. Just doing this to embarrass him a little. Love y'all. Hey, let's cheers to James with this mystery pour.
Dude, do you know James's nickname or his short name?
No,
Jim.
Well, that's great. That's a common shortening of the name James.
Oh,
yeah. Jim is his.
Well, my dad's name was James, and we called him Jim. I thought that wasn't
right. It's not really a coincidence.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
Right.
I love it. Like it's another like touch point you have with Jason.
Right.
But,
okay, so that's a common name.
Jim is a shortening of James.
Right. Do you know which? Do you know the nickname for Richard? Don't say it.
It's Dick. All right.
Kind of like that condiment.
Mm-hmm.
Spotted Dick at Publix.
It's not a condiment. I think it's like a spongy cake. I think it has like raisins and stuff.
Serious?
Yeah, it's a British food.
See, this is why
Grease is actually a 6th grader. like he's like, hey, you ever been to the British food section and seen Spotted Dick?
Right. Have you ever had one of them Cokes with real sugar? my parents said that was where it was at.
You know, the original Coca-Cola recipe had cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine.
Grease is actually a 6th grader. This explains everything.
No wonder they used it for medicinal purposes. Hell, we're still using it for medicinal. So.
Oh.
No.
It tastes like soap. What? Ugh. Does yours taste like soap?
Oh.
Yeah. I've never put anything bad in a mason jar. That's horrible. Or did you wash these Glencairns with like thick Dawn that had aroma? I don't know.
It doesn't look like it. I mean, that looks pretty clear. That looks pretty
nice.
Pristine.
That's not good.
Yeah, we're not going to do that again.
That was fun.
No, that was fun. So what do you think
soap. Now we need to toast to James. I got a very pronounced Dawn note on the mid palate.
What the heck was that?
That's horrible. You poured it back in.
Somebody must
Don't
have
pour
brought
that
me
to somebody else. That was wretched.
I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad that didn't bust. Okay, so what are we really pouring? I've got a few things.
Oh no, it's good as prime.
So this was
let's not go over. No, let's not.
Oh, you want to keep it low proof?
Yeah, under low proof. Well, just under 110.
Oh, under 110.
Under 110.
Under 110. You want to keep it under 110?
You want to do a 4 Roses? It's like 106 or something.
Not my 4 Roses.
Idiot.
Okay. This is 117.4.
Let's not do that. Do you have like the bullet? That one's higher. Do you have like the bullet pick, the whiskey weekend pick?
Of course.
Yeah, let's just pour that. I've been drinking a lot of that. So Samantha has been she and I basically killed a bottle of that one evening, Father's Day weekend.
Oh yeah, I saw the picture.
Oh, it was great. We stayed up talking. Just getting into it, just talking. I know that
y'all fought?
No, getting into like just deep talk. You know, in a good way.
Like Bible stuff or
no,
like Spurgeon stuff, like your middle name?
Could have. You could have gotten there real quick.
I wish my middle name was Spurgeon.
Anyhow, but like
I feel like it'd be
we'll sit down and watch TV or something. She'd be like, hey, you gonna pour something? So let's go pour something. Yeah. And you know, I had a couple single barrel Buffalo Traces, which are
Jimmy Buffett song.
Which one? Wasting away in a Margaritaville?
No, like pour me something tall and strong.
That's Alan Jackson.
Jimmy Buffett should have done that.
He does like the bridge, so you're not too far off.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
I could have sworn Buffett was a part of it. Not Warren Buffett. Well, Warren probably had his hand in it one way or the other.
Just owned it.
Right.
No, so she's a big fan of Buffalo Trace, like just standard Buffalo Trace. I had a couple single barrels of Buffalo Trace, and I went to Kentucky this weekend to visit my parents, and that people have this problem everywhere. Like you can't just walk in Franklin and buy Buffalo Trace on the shelf most places right now. Right. But they have a ton of it on the shelf in Kentucky. And so I grabbed a couple bottles because she's been drinking quite a bit of that. If it's like she doesn't want to like try something new per se, or wants to just kind of, get into something else or do something or whatever, just want something she knows she's going to like that evening, we just go straight Buffalo Trace. So got a couple of those for her.
Okay.
But let's see. Julie
Julie hit it.
I'm very disappointed I'm not a wrench. I thought we discussed it 3 weeks ago. There wasn't a payoff for wrench status. I assumed everyone's going to be a wrench when I logged in tonight.
There's a lot of wrenches.
Can you not do it right now?
I don't think I can do it on the phone. I mean, I'll try.
You did it the other day.
Maybe I'll try. I'll try.
Julie, I don't know how to do it, but I will try.
I legit could barely do. They were live, and I couldn't even figure out comments earlier. I freaking was okay boomering it like crazy. All right, so are we going to talk about our latest field trip?
Yeah. So we went to Topgolf, which it's a fun thing. I'm sure many people have experienced it. Which basically, if you don't know what Topgolf is, it's kind of like a driving range mixed with like bowling, mixed with like darts. Like you are on like a multi-tiered driving range, and there's targets, and your ball has a chip in it. So when you like summon a ball, kind of like you're at the bowling alley, you receive, your ball comes back.
Right. They got couches.
It scans it. You hit the ball, and if it goes in a target, you get a certain amount of points. And there's different games. And so we went, and Grease was like in alpha mode that day and was like, okay, I'm gonna hunkering down. Like, all right, I need drinks. I need a Maker's Neat, and I need what'd you order? You go. I need a Maker's Neat and a frozen lemonade, and I need nachos and the chicken wings. Like he was so excited.
I've been intermittent fasting, and I've been literally looking forward to this with y'all for a week.
So the Maker's Neat gets there, and he just shoots it, and then goes straight to the alcoholic frozen lemonade, and then I just did it on the phone.
Nice. Julie is now a wrench.
You got you, Julie.
I don't know, Dan, if that's offensive. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. She's a moderator.
All right, we're good. Back to us.
Yes,
we're gonna continue with our story.
Yes.
So we Grease orders, and then you go straight to the computer, like to set up the games and everything, which is helpful.
Right. Like I'm a veteran.
Yeah, but instead of I've played before, but there were 3 other people with us that had never been to Topgolf before.
Right.
So most people would think, okay, let's do the standard classic game to start.
Right. Grease, any target gets you points.
Yeah, Grease goes, we got Angry Birds. I don't know how to play this one. Boop, start game.
I still don't know how to play it.
So we legitimately start. And I was actually good at that one. Like I understood it and it was fun, but we went through like 3 holes before we understood what we were doing. Anyhow, all that to say, Grease, then we like at Topgolf, sometimes you have to wait like an hour to get a bay.
Here's what's happening.
And our buddy was like, hey, we can get it, but like we have to, I just said we're doing a party. Right. And then you get the bay for like the normal hourly price, but you just have to spend a minimum of like $250 on food and beverages while you're there. And there were 5 of us. So we're like, to guarantee like that we're not going to have to get there and wait an hour, that we can just go, here's our 2-hour window and get back to our families.
We essentially had $50 each credit.
Right.
That so we paid a couple
drinks and some food. Yeah. It worked out. It wasn't that bad of a deal. So the lady comes up and we're like, well, we're going to have to pay the balance regardless. So what's our tab at? She gets it. And then you proceed to ask the waitress.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we're at like $163. There's room for growth. Okay. There's room to grow. There's room to succeed. Okay. We're not dealing with some sort of like, party foul right now. Oh, y'all have already hit your limit and you're $200 over. No, this is basically like an on switch for what I want to do. Yes, Adam Shelton. I didn't even see your comment, and I went ahead and made you a wrench.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna
Yeah, he's a part of the show.
we're gonna talk about you later. So
yeah, we're gonna talk about you like bad, like in a negative way.
Yeah,
because you're such an awful human.
Yeah.
No, and so we had a balance. We didn't have the full balance. So I looked at her and I said,
in true Grease fashion,
right, I want you to bring me the most obnoxious cocktail that you offer. And she looks at me and she goes, I mean, do you want
like a Patron margarita?
Yeah, do you want a Patron margarita? or do you want, like, what's your favorite drink? I was like, well, I like whiskey. She's like, do you just want like a cocktail with like an expensive whiskey in it? And which, by the way, I had already looked at the whiskey list, and it's literally the highest tier whiskey on that whole thing was Woodford.
Yeah.
And I mean
that's not what you're going to Topgolf for.
No, but I mean, I'm not going to go to Topgolf and pay the premium that vendor thinks Woodford is. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Because all those people playing Topgolf is like, oh yeah, Woodford, dude. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
It's just this. It has this connotation, which we've talked about a few times. So she's just rattling off all these weird cocktails, and then our buddy Bart literally goes, "What about a golf bag?" And I'm thinking, oh, you can just use this for credit in the store.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need a new golf bag.
Yeah.
But if one of y'all do.
If you went to Topgolf to get like actual pro shop gear.
Right.
Like if you imagine that, if you're like, yeah, I got to get some new spikes. Got to get a new golf bag at Topgolf instead of going to like, I don't know, like Golf USA or Edwin Watts or something like that.
Right.
Are those still around? Is Edwin Watts still around? I think they went like bankrupt. But
I never really saw a store. I only saw a magazine.
There was a huge Edwin Watts in Orlando when I was growing up. It was like a theme park almost.
Right.
They had like the simulator. You can go in there. They'd like analyze your swing, all that. It was so much fun to go to. But I don't know if those are still. Like,
I never did that swing analyzer because I don't really want machines telling me what's wrong with me. You know what I mean?
Yes, it was Bart Scott. Hey, Kim.
So our buddy Bart Scott goes, what about a golf bag? And it just didn't click at first. And then we looked at the menu, and literally right there in like, it has its own dadgum section.
Yeah, it's like highlighted on the menu.
It's like, if you want to party, here's what you order.
It's like it's a cocktail in a souvenir cup.
There's two cocktails, and I didn't bring those souvenir cups down here.
I have the picture on my phone.
All right,
I may be able to show the folks watching on YouTube.
He's gonna zoom in or just post it and get people to follow our Instagram.
I'll post it.
Okay, yeah. So there's me. So there's two cocktails. There's a berry one essentially, and then there is like a pineapple, which was way more coconut than pineapple. It's like literally like
it was like a liquefied pina colada. It wasn't like a frozen beverage, but it tasted kind of like a pina colada.
It was it was like a coconut went to second base, like kissed with a pineapple.
Have you ever had a pina colada?
And just
that's literally what you're describing.
But no, they advertise that as a pineapple thing.
Yeah, pineapple and coconut is a pina colada.
Well, no, it didn't say pina colada though. That's what I'm saying.
They should have, but pina colada is like frozen. This was just liquid.
I thought it was going to be more pineapple. I love pineapple.
It's literally
coconut tastes like dadgum.
It's a golf bag souvenir cup, and it's got 2 golf club straws. They say must be for 2 people. So they let us order.
Oh, they're huge.
They let us order 2 of them because we had 5 people there.
They're probably half gallon.
But my favorite thing was your response to the waitress when Bart brought up.
Oh yeah, I'm reading the description,
and it straight up call her out.
It's like light. It's got lights and golf clubs. It's called a golf bag, and it's like huge. I mean, the description of it basically just says this is what Grease wanted you to say.
Yeah, because you used the words. What's the most? You didn't say what's the most expensive.
No, I said
you didn't say what's the craziest. You said what's the most obnoxious thing on your menu?
Right.
And she asked you if you wanted a Patron margarita.
Like, I don't think you understand what obnoxious means.
Because you actually have the menu item I requested right here in its own section.
Hey, what's the they're not millennials. They're under that. What are those people?
Like Gen Z.
Is that, you think she was young enough to be Gen Z?
Oh, yeah. She was probably Gen Z.
Yeah. So Gen Z, they need a dadgum thesaurus.
Yeah.
Like a legit one, not the one that says agreeance is a word.
Well, that's a dictionary.
Well, but I mean, the same company does both.
Oh yeah, Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, they're just super into words.
Well,
Okay,
aren't we all?
Well,
no.
unless
The answer to that is no. Not all of us are into words.
If they hurt my feelings, I'm not into them.
Yeah. Oh man.
No. So I look at her and I say, "On what?" And I'm like, she's real sweet.
She was very sweet.
I don't think was I a jerk?
No.
It was playful,
you did it whimsically.
Yeah,
but it was.
I literally
called
laughed.
her out.
I laughed and I said, "On what?"
You
planet?
taught her something about being a waitress that day, Grace.
Right?
Yeah.
Said, on what planet are you? When I say the most obnoxious cocktail, that this wasn't on your radar. Like it wasn't even an option.
No, it was almost like she was surprised to hear that they had it.
Right. It's like, and here's the deal: when you look at me in public, you don't sit there and say,
"This guy's serious about a Patron margarita."
Right. This guy has a lot of money to blow on ridiculously high priced tequila.
But he does have money to blow on souvenir cups.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they were like $20 each.
Straight up. So the best part is they were awful. They don't order this if you go to.
No.
That's why the title of the show is like the Top Golf drink order fail, because it got us to the limit that we needed to spend, and it's a good story. But the berry one was horrendous.
Yeah, it was cough syrup, but sweet.
The other one just gave you a headache. It was so sweet. It wasn't bad flavor. I like coconut. I like pineapple. I like the flavor.
Like when I see somebody passed out on a beach,
yeah,
like I'm gonna understand where they're at.
Yeah,
they had the golf bag,
yeah,
or something close to it,
right?
Because that's like that's just a coma.
Oh yeah, it definitely was like a week's worth of sugar intake. Yeah. I don't know how much alcohol was in it. It may have been coconut rum that was in it. If you think about it,
here's what I think was in it. Just
pineapple juice,
just coconut, whatever a coconut is. They just shaved it in there.
They shaved. There was
a pineapple juice. I don't think they're going to go high end like Simply Pineapple, but
no,
I mean,
they probably. We're
like
thinking
concentrate.
We're
definitely.
Thinking like Kroger brand in a can where you have to use the punch.
The frozen. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking the frozen.
Oh, just the straight
I'm talking about
juice.
It's the cylinder can, like a giant, almost like a pinto bean can, but
very possible.
But you have to use the pointy end of a can opener and go.
Yeah.
And you have to open up the vent hole. Yeah.
And then definitely 110%. The only alcohol in that thing was Malibu rum.
Guaranteed.
Like there was no.
There's no punch to it. No, it was a punch, but there was no.
I don't even think it was a punch, dude. I think it was literally just a diabetes cluster,
straight up coma.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't.
I'll take the diabetes bag.
Yeah,
and then the borderline heart failure berry.
Yeah. They weren't good.
No, they weren't.
So literally,
it wasn't even close.
Here's the best part about it too. To me, is that one you worked on it. You schooled her a little bit on like, hey, when someone orders something obnoxious, and use that word, like bring me this, and then like we all tried it.
I accidentally left her a tip based on our entire tab, not just our food and beverage tab.
Well,
now that I think about it,
yeah. All right, well, we'll cover it. So thank you. Patreon.com, Top Golf level.
Well, I was wondering why. I mean, she freaked out.
She did all right.
She freaked out on me.
Oh,
she was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." Because I asked her if I needed to. Do I need to add these two numbers?
She probably thought that you felt bad for saying, "How is this not on your radar?" But all that to say, we've all tried it. And we're like, okay, we're ready to go. Our time is up. And Grease goes, can you just dump these out for us? Because I got to take these home to my daughter.
Oh, yeah. I made her. She drain poured her.
She's like, really?
Oh, yeah. She was upset. She was kind of upset.
It's like, yes. And then she laughed. She goes, I'll give you a little more time with it. And you're like,
oh, yeah,
nah.
she did. She did.
I'll just give you a
little more time with it.
And we're like, no, we literally have had no more sips and just pour it out. Like you should have just taken it to the bathroom. There was a bathroom right there and just dumped it yourself.
Dude, do you know how much stuff I would have pounded? Like, I mean, god awful whiskey. I would crush it.
It would have made you sick. Like it wouldn't have made you
right.
It would have physically made you ill. Right. How much
have we not learned anything from the pandemic? I mean, we should be careful.
Also, why are you having shareable cocktails still on your menu?
Right.
Topgolf?
2 straws?
Yeah.
Post-pandemic?
Right.
Are you kidding me?
You don't need to be nose to nose in a cocktail.
Well, Lauren, are you watching?
Same straw. Let's see what we've got on the menu. So that was fun. That's the title of the episode. But
Right.
it was pro tip: if you're going to Topgolf, do not
Order
get
the golf bag.
Golf bag.
It's expensive.
Topgolf tip.
Instead,
Canadian dollars.
Oh my gosh.
$6.17.
Oh, he's upped it so that okay.
I appreciate
That's
you.
super sweet.
Yeah,
Andrew.
that covers the exchange fee.
Do you know Andrew messaged me the other day?
He messages me all the time.
Well, and this last week was Sergeant Michael Riley's anniversary of his passing in Afghanistan. So I was like, I had forgotten the date. So thank you, Andrew, for letting us know. We appreciate you, buddy. And 2, I love the fact that our people like remember that date.
Right.
Like that's just awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Oh, well, I mean,
you
brought the tone down. So.
I did. Well,
there is something I wanted to say. So I started listening to this new podcast
right.
called We Might Be Drunk.
Right.
So if you haven't listened to this, it's one of the funniest things out there.
Right.
2 comedians. It's Mark Normand and Sam Morril. There you go. They are hysterical. Love them. Not kid friendly. So if you're listening in the car, obviously
it's not us.
But they had this episode last week that was they're picking a rye, and they clearly don't know
like a single barrel of it.
I don't know. So they're drinking on every episode, and
we're just going through these that we like on our shelf to pick the best one.
Well, it's clearly they don't know what they're doing. Like, but one of their friends has like a contact, and somehow they're it sounded like they were picking a single barrel, but all the samples were different. It wasn't like they had 4 MGP barrels. Like they legit they're like, oh, this one says 95% rye. And it's like, okay, well, that's probably MGP rye. And then they're like, this one's a Canadian rye. And it's like, and they're like, no, sticking with America. And then they go through and they're like, oh, this one's it says bourbon with rye. Oh, I didn't know you could mix them. Like it was just, they have no clue what they're talking about, but they liked it and they were having fun with it. Anyhow, all that to say, at the end of it, they do like toasts, they do like recommendations and stuff like that. It's a really fun format. But they Sam Morril had a line that like really stuck with me.
Because at the end of every episode, do they do a cheers?
They do sometimes they like, I don't have anything this week. But yeah, they have like a Rex thing, which is their recommendations. Like, and in this episode, Mark's recommendation was like, oh, hey, here's a recommendation. I just randomly picked up flowers for my girl. And he's like, man, it changed the day. So sometimes the recommendations aren't like, go to this restaurant. And then
my recommendation is when that oil light comes on.
Yeah. So it's like,
you might want to go and change the oil.
It's pretty funny, but they, anyhow,
changed my life.
They were doing a toast, and like Mark didn't have a toast in this one, but Sam did.
Okay, so you can just avoid a toast. How do you do that?
Because it's kind of like this show, Grease.
Do you know?
I don't know if you know this.
Well, that's funny you say that because I know someone that never avoids a toast. When you're tipsy, 0 chance you're not toasting.
There's that one toast that I can't.
You can't say it.
It's a tick. It's a nervous tick. It's a drunk tick. It's like, well, I'm about to toasting time.
There's so many levels to like the not 2021 appropriate in that toast.
That one's top. That one's top notch, not appropriate.
That one's like
that's like a Grease thing. He would say sober, but no. So anyhow, this toast was really good, and I think it really ties into some things I've been thinking about lately. And he said the only thing that can sustain this is our love for it. So never lose the love for it. And he was talking about comedy because they're comedians. Right. So like basically in all the
but we're gonna say it's whiskey
stuff you have to deal with and all the fighting and the like or the canceling and comedy, like that was his point, right? Like it's gonna wear you down if you focus on all that. But the only thing that can sustain it is the love for it. And like we talk about the community a lot, which is huge key. But I don't know if we talk about how much we love the whiskey enough, right? And to me, drinking like just standard Buffalo Trace with Samantha or like this Bullet single barrel or even Rebel 100. Like, I love those whiskeys. And they're not BTAC or 1970s Wild Turkey. I love just standard Wild Turkey that I can go buy. And I'm happy when I'm drinking that with friends. And so it's not just that we like whiskey and the community is great. I think we also can't lose sight of, in our hobby, that we really like the whiskey. And if we get all uptight, like, oh, they're not making enough of this, or they're not where, oh, if you can find it, or things like that, which I understand can be frustrating.
Or if your first response is, so-and-so's better.
Yeah. Like, man, can't we just like the whiskey?
Right.
Like, can't we just like the whiskey?
Right. Oh, man, my go-to pour at home, man, is Wild Turkey 101.
Well, and that's like for us, like if
Weller Full Proof's better.
Right. Yeah. And there are those people not in our community and that's not the norm. Right. But I think sometimes we can get caught up in the FOMO or the special releases or like new E.H. Taylor. I'll never see that. Another thing I'll never see. It's like, I kind of don't care if I never see those again because I still like what I'm drinking. And when I'm drinking something that's like, except for that thing you had in that mason jar, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be fine with that, but
no, I don't want to do that.
I don't know. Like that something stuck with me about that, not just the community, because we love the community. We talk about the community. That is what's going to sustain, obviously, in perpetuity, what we do here and what the podcast is. But also, if we lose sight of, like, we really like whiskey.
Right.
And like, let's not get over it. Let me liking whiskey. And
let me ask you this question.
I think I'm
kind of, it's not devil's advocate. I think that there's an alignment here with what I'm going to ask you. But I want to ask you would you like whiskey as much without the community?
I mean, they clearly go hand in hand. And we've made the statement that, like, the community is whiskey, right? Like, we've made that statement. But
I just feel like bottle, like, we have very nice bottles.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've gotten to try some insane things in life, which is awesome. I don't know if I think that I would be in that Wild Turkey to, E.H. Taylor small batch is like I'm going to venture out, and spend a little extra. I think that would be my realm if community wasn't there.
Oh, no, I 100% agree, because part of, like, the community,
and it kind of goes hand in hand with what you're saying,
things back and forth. But, like, when I think back to
the only reason we really have nice bottles is literally to share them.
Right. And when I think back to, like, what got us into whiskey, literally, was us playing canasta with our wives. So it was a small community. It was you and me, but we were drinking Benchmark. Like, one time,
plastic handle.
One time we splurged and got Old Forester 86 proof.
We did?
One time, because it was on sale and I was picking it up and it was on sale at the liquor store on the way to your house. And so it's like, that was the nicest thing we ever drank. But I loved the whiskey too. Like, I loved drinking bourbon then. Right. It was fun. It was a fun thing to do with a friend and everything. So yes, I guess it is a little bit repetitive that the community is whiskey as well. But, like, let's not lose sight of that. Like, even there are plenty of good things, great things that I can walk into a store, can always buy and be completely satisfied with. Right. In perpetuity.
Name 3 right now.
1, rare breed.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
I think getting
I'm gonna go Old Forester 86. I will pound that into the sand of a freaking beach on the daggum whatever that is.
Yeah,
the shores of France.
Yeah.
You've never that's a monument though, isn't it?
Well, it depends on which beach. There's ones you can get away with that.
Okay. Yeah. Are they nudist beaches?
There's some. I'd have to say going and getting like Evan Williams 1783 or Rebel Yell 100.
Solid. Or
like all those
things.
Just
Makers.
We're going to drink some Makers tonight. We haven't had
Weeder.
Makers in a while, but it's like, those are things that are, you can go get them and just have fun and enjoy the whiskey for the whiskey's sake. It's still really well-crafted beverages, really well-crafted spirits that you don't have to like, you don't have to be upset that those exist. Like, you can just celebrate it.
Right.
We're in a boom, which means that it's like the rising tides lift all ships kind of mindset. Like, everything is great right now, I think. Not everything.
Okay,
because
the
there was
water
that Mason
level
drought.
rises.
Right. That's a common phrase. It's a
I don't
classic.
think that's common.
It actually is.
What is the phrase again?
Let's see. This is
Sunken
Nick Lovin.
ships?
I really like this topic. To play devil's advocate, Will, do you maybe feel like it doesn't matter to you because you have all those wonderful bottles behind you and many of us do not? Love you guys. These are not my bottles. These are Grease's. I would actually say I have a smaller collection than you, bottle count wise, and
I think yours is more diverse. I have a lot of like Knob Creek single barrels.
My
Four Roses.
My strategy back when like even some of the single barrels like the Knob Creeks and the Four Roses were like you could go buy them. You would always buy two. And I would buy one and I'd open it and drink it. And once I drank it, it was gone. So
and I would open it.
I have a lot of turnover. I have some special bottles that I have saved, but a lot of bottles.
Your 401k is looking way better than mine, though.
I don't know. I haven't compared them.
If recently. I've bought double the whiskey you have, trust me, buddy.
Your 401k. I also haven't moved 6 times. So there's a hidden cost there.
When the spirit says move, you got to move. When the spirit says move, you gotta move.
I can see your point, and I think that it could be easy to point fingers at me, and say like, you have the luxury of saying that, right? And I would like to think that if I here in my mind,
but what I'm saying,
in my mind, no. I mean, I agree. Like, also
it's also too like the community has bought a lot of this because literally when you buy us a drink, you obviously buy us a drink,
and we open them and we test them and try them. A lot of things that are behind us were purchased for things like Whiskey Weekend that went on the wheel, and will eventually not be drunk just by us, almost not by us at all.
Yeah, a lot of these aren't even. A lot of these are for Whiskey Weekend,
right? Like theoretically aren't yours, right? In the sense of like, let's just open it up for everybody.
We bought them together, and then I put them in here.
Yeah, I mean, it's common storage. It's I pay $5 a month.
It's almost like common law.
We're close to a common law marriage,
right?
At this point.
I feel like how many years does it need to be? Because we've been going at it for 6 almost.
Depends on the state,
or we're in our 6th year.
But I think
depends on the state.
Yeah, common law marriage isn't a federal thing;
it's a state thing.
Yes, some states don't have common law marriage at all.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What states are that?
I'm not an expert on common law marriage.
So hey, listen here. If you're in a common law marriage situation and you are not married yet, and you find out that your state doesn't believe in common law, I would ask your man right now or your woman, what's the deal? Why are we in this state? And the only answer that's probably correct is because they don't believe in common law.
That was good advice, Grease. Conway says, love the community. Oh my gosh, $50 super chat. That was unnecessary. You've done way too much for us, Conway. But you said, love the community you've nurtured. Love you guys.
Amazing. Okay. Can I brag on you for a second?
No.
Yes, I'm going to brag on Will. We're in a text thread with Conway. And we talk with Conway a lot. And Conway mentions this restaurant that he went to with his dad way back in the day.
The Velvet Turtle.
And he's like, man, I wish they had those glasses for sale or something. Like he saw some picture or something like that. Well, Will goes on daggum eBay, orders them in 5 minutes and has them shipped to Conway. And he's like, look no further. They're headed to you. They'll be to you this week or whatever. Anyway, he goes, I'm not going to go into the details of the story, but he shares a memory based on those glasses that'll just make you tear you up, grab your Adam's apple and make sure that it's still intact because it feels like it's going back to your spine. But anyway, kudos to Will for just, I don't know. You were so cool in that moment and you made a memory. And Conway, we love you. Thank you so much. And I don't know how much those glasses were, but I feel like he just paid you back for them.
Well, he shouldn't have done that, but he's done a ton for our community, and that's what it's all about. And I think To me, the big boy bottles are fun for the memories you make with other people. Like Freddie talked about, like those things. Like that's what they're for, and they taste great. But I also love drinking solid, common things with friends.
Oh yeah,
like just
our buddy's blue collar bourbon. They
that's
kind of
like their entire business model, whatever.
And I still say y'all need to go check them out. But they basically just they blind taste test and compare and talk about all the pours that are $50 or less. They don't do anything over $50 except at the end when they choose your cheers, and then that can be a higher end bottle, which is fun. At least gives them a little bit more content to talk about outside of that box. But their show is really great. It's eye-opening every time we do a show with them, and we've done 2 now. It's just so great. It's eye-opening. Like I said, a new experience, and you just have an appreciation for the lower shelf
and
or middle shelf. I mean, that includes a lot of things at $50.
Well,
at one point it was Knob Creek store picks.
Right. All this
which I don't even know
goes also to say, tying it all in with like, there's good stuff that's not.
By the way, thank you guys for watching this week. Go ahead and thumbs us up and leave a comment and share it with your friends. We appreciate it. Or if you're in a whiskey group and you think that this would be a good show for a lot of those guys to hear or ladies to hear about, go ahead and just share that in there. We would really appreciate it. We're just trying to grow this.
And subscribe to the channel.
We started really releasing this, I guess, in around February-ish. And so early February, maybe late January, and the YouTube community is awesome. I mean, prior to that, for the first 5 years, we've just been sitting in the top, 100 in food on the podcast platform, which has really been awesome. But we've gotten like a lot of new people, new faces, new engagement on the YouTube side. So we really appreciate you guys in this community and those that came over to this side of things just to see us talk instead of it just being audio. Welcome to this as well. We appreciate you double dipping on us.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It's
like a daggone Dairy Queen dip cone.
Yeah. You gotta,
it's already good.
They don't turn it upside down.
It's already good. And then which is basically wax. It's not even really
get
chocolate.
A clean glass real quick. Because all this ties in. I
know.
Is that like one? So this has a lot of layers to what it is, like the community, things that are available, that are affordable, that are incredible whiskeys. Right. And just loving it for the sake of it.
And this is it right here. This is a prime example.
Adam Shelton. Yeah, Adam Shelton, who was at the Nook party. So we got to hang out with him.
Yeah, he was first here. And you know what I did? Because whenever you're first at the Nook party, I mean, if you're going to put yourself and be bold out there like that, Preston Adcock was the first one.
Give him a little like kiss on the neck. Is that what you mean?
No.
Oh, okay.
We get into some. He had a little nip of that WLW hazmat.
Yeah,
his first pour of the night.
That'll do.
Yeah, we set it up. He gave me one of those bourbon junkie cigars.
Yeah,
which by the way, I didn't know.
He gave you 2 of them.
I didn't. Well, yeah, because you don't do it. But
I'm allergic.
Are you serious? Like you just get like hives around your mouth?
No. I get it blocks my sinus. I get a sinus infection. From a cigar.
It bypasses just sinus issues and goes straight to infection.
Yeah, like within 2 days.
Do you get septic?
Infected. I don't think I've ever been septic. I don't get hospitalized. Don't you have to be hospitalized if you're septic?
I feel like you should be in the hospital if you're septic.
Well, I've neither been.
Now, I'm not talking about a septic tank because that can you just
no.
Deal with
It's like I've always had been allergic to like smoke and things like that. But as I've gotten older, I've had less of a tolerance. I used to be able to smoke cigars and things and be fine. But
I vividly remember you telling me like, man, Samantha's smoking hot.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes me break out knives.
Right.
No, so that's why
had to marry her.
But every once in a while, for very special people, I'll get sick for them. Anyhow, so Adam Shelton sent us a sample of the ADHD whiskey blend of the NASA Family Reserve, which is
do you know what
107 proof American whiskey.
I'm not. So Nassif is newer. What is it? What do you mean? Like he did the blend? Like you get a couple of things and you just choose the percentage.
So first of all, NASA Family Reserve is from Cat's Eye Distillery, which is Obtainium.
Yes,
same company.
Yep.
Nassif is Gene Nassif is the proprietor. But he
all sourced MGP.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So the Nassa Family Reserve is light whiskey, bourbon, maybe rye, but it's like a blend.
Which is brilliant because MGP light whiskey stock ready for you.
So
Just
it's
ready for you to receive.
They have the Family Reserve. It's about $45. You can buy it. Like I know Tarak has some actually finished in red wine casks right now at the store. So if you're local, go to Elixir Wine and Spirits and check that out. But then also I think he has the regular, which isn't finished in red wine casks. That's also about $45, you know, give or take. But this I think was Matt Porter was sent samples of some stocks they had, and he blended his own percentages and sent them, and they released it as a ADHD whiskey pick, like private blend, and patrons of Matt Porter had first dibs at it, and it sold out very quickly.
I was not a patron at the time, which I was stupid.
I was,
you were,
but the problem is on my phone. I'm logged into the podcast account and I support it privately.
Yeah. And you can't see any of the content.
And so I don't know my password. So I missed the post. I go in, I watch his lens clips, which if you're
I can't do that. I can't even watch lenses.
Log in. You have to log out of the podcast and then log in, or do it
I
on your
don't
desktop
know.
or something.
I don't necessarily. I must know how to do that because I literally just backed it.
What you probably did was when you go to the login page, you can like log in with your Google account. And if you know what email address it is and you log in with Google account, it'll all populate.
Okay. Well,
that's the way to do it. Anyhow, so I missed the post. I didn't get one. Anyhow, Adam was very kind and said, do you want me to send you a sample? And he did. So it's multi-layered because it's like we met him through the community. He's super kind. This was a generous thing that he sent us a 2-ounce sample to try here live. Right. And on top of all of that, it's an affordable line. It's a newer brand. It's not bourbon. It's a blended American whiskey. So it's got light whiskey and bourbon, but it's fantastic. Really good stock. It's not a blended American whiskey like that has grain neutral spirit, like an old school, what you'd think of like 48% grain neutral spirits, 62% less than 2-year-old bourbon. You know, like this is it's a crafted, delicious
like
thing.
Stitzel roses. Like Stitzel roses.
Yeah, no, that's like a bad blended whiskey.
Yeah, it's not good.
All right, so let's nose this up, and then after this, we'll go to the.
It
15.
Smells great already. It just smells
butterscotch.
I'm getting
sweetness.
Okay, well,
a little bit of tobacco.
What's the proof on it? I don't think it's high.
107 is what I believe all the NASA family reserves
it's
are.
Hitting my nose like a solid 120.
No, not for me.
I'm getting some like some delicate pine on that.
I get no pine.
I
get a little bit of
oh my god! That's all I'm getting.
Woodsy.
I'm getting pine.
I get more oak.
That might be what it is, but I mean, if it tastes grapey, that's oak. But
oh gosh, are you kidding me?
This is
everyone go find Matt Porter and say, "Give me." This is incredible.
Yeah. This is crushable.
Oh yeah. No, I mean definitely not 120. 107. It drinks like 98.
I would say this drinks like a Blanton's 92 proofer.
Mm-hmm. Dang. That's real good.
Easily. Mm-hmm. This is a 92 proof. Well, on the back end, I'd probably revisit that proof on the back end there, but
it's pretty close to perfect.
I'm not getting the pine notes on the palate. That was mainly in the nose. I'm getting like a cream soda-ish on my finish.
Yeah, I get that. It's like very vanilla.
Yeah, it's like a vanilla cream. So it's, man, I love 107 proof. I mean, we've been a fan of that proof. We're more of a fan of like 114 area, but the 107, man, that's good too. But you know, we're all moody because I mean, you and I will go on a 90 proof kick for 6 months.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll be like, this is where whiskey is meant to be at. And then we're not there.
It's
anymore.
fantastic. All right, you want to go to the 15?
Yeah. Wait, hang on a second. Are we going to the 15 or are we going to the 46?
It's cute. Hey, folks, while I open up this bottle, go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you're watching and you're not subscribed. We really appreciate it. We're growing here. We have a lot of good friends in the Whiskey Tube community that are supporting and have been great to us. But we'd appreciate if you would too, and just go ahead and hit and give us a thumbs up if you're watching and you're already subscribed.
Yeah. Also,
and comment, engage. It's fun.
Yeah, throw them emojis, man. Also, if you made money on GameStop and you're looking for something to do with it, and you live in Texas, garageliving.com/Texas. I think that's what it is. I can't remember what it is. That's Conway's. Conway has a business in Texas. He works for Garage, or he has a franchise of Garage Living. He doesn't work for them. He owns his own business. Right. I'm really nailing this.
He's good at that.
But anyway, so I feel like Conway paid. He didn't mean to, but he kind of paid for an ad. So I was just going to read it.
Garage Living Texas is, and they do things all over the state. So it's not just like,
and they can go out of the state. Depends on how much money you made on GameStop.
Right.
His garages are amazing though. I'd live in them. People do.
Yeah, it makes
it's like a tree house, not in a tree.
An extension of your home.
Right.
It does.
They can put sinks in cabinets and stuff. It's really great.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even
Grease loves a good cabinet.
Yeah. You don't. I love a good sink in a cabinet.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to go inside.
Right. You just.
That's the one reason I have to go inside. Because I cath. I don't have to go inside anymore. Well, they have those ones that were free. When all you had to do is call that 1-800 number.
If you like this hat Grease is wearing, podcask.com/store. We have a great store. It has t-shirts, hats, some glasses. We're about to add some more different glassware on there as well.
That may or may not be as rock and roll as it needs.
And we have partnered with, we don't use like a big box t-shirt company or something. We have Melissa Shriver, who is
an
awesome,
amazing entrepreneur.
Melissa Makes is her company, and she's like a lifelong podcaster. She's been to every whiskey weekend, and we partnered with her, and she does all our merch for us, fulfills it, everything. And so you're supporting a stay-at-home mom who has a small business. When you support us through purchasing merch, you're also supporting her. So that's a really cool way to support a small business double time, because we're a small business as well as she is. So double small business. But yeah, all that to say, podcast.com/store, patreon.com/the podcast. And let's come back from the 15.
Is this what I have?
No, in the crane glass is that's I don't know what that is, to be honest with you.
I think this is the makers.
Shoot. Smell that.
Oh my gosh, this is toffee.
These are the same, right? Get another glass and I'll pour you a new one.
No. I'm gonna roll the dice.
All right. And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left.
All right. So what we're drinking is Maker's Mark 46 Cask Strength. So this has been out for a little bit.
It came out a long time ago.
I think it was originally gift shop only, and then they started releasing
then they stopped it, and then they brought it back for like a 10-year reunion or something like that of that brand. Something like that. Anniversary or something. Yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate.
I mean, it might not be accurate, but that's what's in my head.
Anyhow, this
and then they released it to the public.
This is the first time I've seen this on a shelf. So I bought it in a local shop. It was there. It was. You want me to tell you the price already?
Yeah,
or later. Yeah,
that's a big thing.
Out the door, it was like $63.
Okay.
So I with taxes, everything.
Okay.
My total was about $63. It's 100.
So that's a little higher than what they're intending people to pay for. I think they're intending people to pay like like $45-$50 for it.
No, for the Cask Strength,
I thought so.
I think $59.99 is probably
What
the
is
MSRP.
what's the regular Cask Strength?
Regular Cask Strength is about $50 to $60.
Okay.
And this is a premium offering.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I think I didn't overpay.
Okay.
No, I think it was right on par.
Right around there. Okay, so $60. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of good bottles in the $60 range.
I love Maker's 46. When they first put out the regular Maker's 46, it was like life-changing for me. It was very vanilla, very sweet. The stave profile that they
so they age it, then they take it, they put those French oak staves. Is that what it is?
So
or French vanilla stave? What the French oak
vanilla? I do believe it's a French oak, but it's
they put them in there and then age it more.
Different stave profiles that like you can do your own when you do a private pick and everything. This is just their stave profile number 46,
right?
Which is their standard for the 46 that you can go buy on the shelf.
Yeah, when you do the other picks, there's like six. There's like 6 options. You could do mocha. You can. What are some of the other ones you could like? You get to pick. Oh, I want 1 stave of that. I want 2 staves of that, and there's like 7 staves you get to put inside it to age it up more. So this is
French cuvee.
This is just French oak.
Don't take his word as gospel.
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so on the nose,
you could Google it
right out the bat.
What? I mean, it smells so good. It smells so good.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Kind of delicate. I love the 110 proof range, so that already I'm excited about getting into it, but it's not astringent.
Man, I'm getting
all on
I got toffee at first. Now it's kind of settling and opening up a little bit more to that.
Let me smell yours. Make sure you got I don't know. This may be something different.
Why do you gotta smell your arm like that?
No, try to I don't know.
Is that it?
No, that's definitely not it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you got the right one.
This is it. Yeah, I mean it smells really sweet, like way sweet.
Oh man,
on the nose.
Oh man.
Here's the thing I love about Maker's Mark.
That's creamy.
They know how to do weeders.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
that's creamy
and like a Coke, like a legit Coke.
Yeah, like a cinnamon cola finish.
There's definitely cinnamon.
Yeah, but not cinnamon like red hot cinnamon, like cinnamon stick.
Yeah. I'm just getting that classic on memorable stuff. I always get cola. Do you think I just get cola when I just really like it?
No.
Grapey is oak. Pine is.
If you think about a cola, like it's
it's got that syrupy.
Yeah, no. Like a cola is. If you think about when you break down a cola, it's cinnamon, vanilla, some spice to it, and sweetness. Like it's kind of on par with a lot of the flavors of whiskey and what comes out of the wood and out of the oak. So that doesn't surprise me.
I would drink this every day and I would be okay.
I want to see,
to go back to what we were talking about earlier,
much more of this. Unfortunately, it's the only time I've seen it on the shelf.
Yeah.
So I bought it immediately.
In theory, there's a way to do a single barrel pick of this.
Yeah. Because
literally you just pick
you
just pick those staves and it's essentially a single barrel of it.
Right. Yeah. So no, you can probably do that. This is fantastic though. But all that to say, like I don't think we've ever done Maker's.
I really wish
regular on the show.
You know what I wish?
We need to do that.
You know what I wish?
Tell me what
because when you pick that, in theory, you can have a French oak.
Smell it again. It's cola on the nose too.
Yeah.
Like Coke Classic.
In theory, you're getting a single barrel that's like this expression. However, I would like to see these things already aged up and aged again in the staves and then have that 6 barrel laying out there and you thieve it from there to pick the barrel.
Sure.
Because there's so much there. I mean, when you pick that and you choose your staves, like you're just hoping.
No, I think they dump from the barrels. Like when you do the
right, but I'm just saying when they age it up additionally in the staves, I mean, do they issue another sample to try?
So we've never done a maker's private
Right.
select.
Yeah, we're not educated on it.
I don't know.
But if that's the way they do it.
I don't know if they're continuing to age it after that, are they?
Yes.
Okay, so
it's like, so they age it like another 3 months or something.
So there's still
maybe 2 months, 3
a
months.
lot of variance.
Yeah.
You're on a hope and a dream.
Oh yeah, and I mean if they're and they're just in there.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And so they're I mean, I don't know if they float or whatever, but they just throw them in the barrel.
No, it's a barrel.
I thought that they literally put the staves inside it.
I don't think so.
To like let it just
I think
get
they
around
replace the staves around the barrel.
That's great.
I think that's what they do.
Okay.
We know a lot about
I just don't understand why they limit that then to 7. That just or 6 or 7 staves if they're not putting them in the middle.
It's what they want to do.
I should probably have looked that up.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it does.
No.
I mean, for everybody listening, it matters.
No.
They're like, man, I really want to know that. I feel like we should probably address it next week, like when we actually know.
We'll think about it.
I'm going to have to call somebody, aren't I?
No.
Stupid. I hate calling.
You shouldn't call someone.
Well,
that's not true. You love calling.
I do love calling.
I'm a big caller.
I really want to bring that back, Pappy Hour.
No.
You hate it.
Yeah.
Pappy Hour is when I basically prank call a bunch of.
See, here's the other thing. When you were doing it, so we would go like live on Instagram and Facebook, like early days when they first started like allowing it, and there'd be like 2 people watching, and it was funny. But you would like cold call liquor stores in various states, like you did in Las Vegas. You ended up buying a guy a gift card in Las Vegas. It was kind of fun. Do you not remember that? He got real like emotional, and you talked with him for like 20 minutes about like he had a rough, like he's like, I don't really want to be working in a liquor store in Las Vegas and like all this stuff. And y'all just kept talking. You ended up buying him a gift card to like a restaurant he loved.
So I haven't always been an asshole.
For the up for like until the last 8 months. No, you weren't. And you're like, I'm kind of a heel. It's like, no, you're not. You don't even go back and listen to the whole show. You've never been an a-hole or a bad guy. You've never been. You've always been lovable. I used to call you a lovable dumbass, not an asshole.
Hey, I'm gonna need to see some like middle finger emojis in the chat if you think that I'm a nice guy.
You are, but for some reason, like your face on video went to your head, and you started thinking I'm a bad guy. But
well, when I look at myself, because I have those bags under my eyes,
that's because you have children. That means you're a good guy.
But it makes I have like raccoon eyes. And I think I like just naturally look like a bad guy.
I've got a cream, a roll on.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'll get you some.
You have a facial cream?
Oh, it's great.
Because you don't have any bags.
Oh, every day. Every morning when I wake up, takes those suckers right away.
Does it contain breast milk?
It doesn't. I've tried that before, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can put that on anything.
Works.
Fixes it.
It works.
Except it doesn't work on crypto.
But
I tried that too.
Then you got to start ethically sourcing it, and it gets weird.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Buy bar pass on the Maker's 46 Cask Strength.
$60, 110 proof.
110 proof. That one was.
I mean,
clear. It for me. It's a clear buy at that price.
Yeah. I wish it was 50.
I would pay. I'd pay $75.
Here's the deal.
Here all day long, and twice on Tuesdays.
If you don't love this, I think that you might just need to try it again.
Kevin Hasselwander confirmed we've not done standard Maker's Mark 46 on a 15, and we should.
Oh, just the standard.
Yeah, we should. We'll do that soon because it's.
He has a list of like 363 bottles we reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
We need to figure out how to put that on a poster.
No, we're going to. We've already been discussing.
I know. I need to talk to you about.
You're saying that as if that we haven't already been discussing this.
We have been, but I have the data, and every time I look at that Excel sheet, I start crying.
I have ideas.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
I've got ideas, Roy.
You're a thinker.
As dreamers do. Check it out. Amazon Prime. you'll see these two beautiful.
If you want to
mugs.
see me smoking a cigarette,
And Gree's like, I'll be in this movie. It's like everyone else had like herbal, like fake cigarettes. Gree's like,
oh, I mean,
I'll be right back.
I told Lauren that it was a fake one.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
baby,
watching.
it's a movie cigarette. They bought them for the show. Like, no, man, these are just straight up. And the funny thing is, dude, we had to rip the filters off because cigarettes back then didn't have filters.
Yeah.
So we're just smoking these like literally what we would get 2 takes.
You've
deep.
never been happier in your entire life.
I don't know. I kind of like a filter. I need a filter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh, wait, time out.
On the record,
statement is across the board.
Why do you think I
acceptable.
do this show with you and not
I need a
freaking
filter.
James from BS and Bourbon?
Oh, Lord. Well, because here's the thing. I've seen, actually, that would be a pretty good show because I've seen you with Mama Grease live, and I know what it would end up being for you.
You think I'd rein it in?
You'd be like, oh my gosh.
I think James would rein it in too, because he brings it back too, big time.
Yeah, no, he's funny. I love the BS and Bourbon guys. My favorite thing though,
He doesn't believe that I'm a huge fan, James. Like
he's just silly.
I don't think you understand how much of a fan I am. They've got one of the best podcasts.
I'm a buy on this. We got to wrap this up because we have to do film another video.
Right.
I'm a buy on
Do
this.
we want to tease it?
I would go up to we will at the end.
Okay.
But this is for the podcast
Got
content. So I'm a buy. I'd go up to $75 on this.
Okay.
I
will not.
I think it is fantastic.
I'm gonna stick to 60, and I would also lean buy. It's close. I'm close bar buy, but I'm gonna commit to buy. This is one
of the. I mean, I know people like it. It's not like it's no one talks about this, but this honestly could be an unsung hero in the bourbon world.
I like this more than some of the single barrels we've had of this picks.
I want to do
it might be better than that limited release.
I want to drink this against Weller Foolproof on an episode.
I don't.
Not tonight.
Okay.
Not tonight. We have more to do. But folks, thank you so much for watching. We're both buys on this. Especially at the price point. It's at $59 is what it was retail. And then with change out the door, I got it for like 63-ish.
Right.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed on your podcast platform or on YouTube, go ahead and do that. Rate and review us on your podcast platform. Give us a 5-star, leave a review. It really helps us out. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. If you want to support our show, patreon.com/the podcast. We've got great tiers. The best tier, in my opinion, is Town Hall. It is a ton of fun.
The last Town Hall was ridiculous.
It was a lot of fun. So much fun. The one
we got
where I
one
was in the
coming. We got one
bathroom.
coming up soon too.
We have tomorrow night. We have a
virtual
bar night, but
which
we have
that one's
another
full.
Town Hall coming soon as well. So support us at patreon.com/the podcast. If you want any podcast merch, thepodcast.com/store.
Which we are about to release all of our Patreon swag. So we do that 2 times a year, once in June and once in December.
Right.
So get in now if you're wanting to do that, and you'll get the swag in December. I'm stoked about what we're doing.
Super cool. Melissa, as we mentioned earlier, she makes really cool stuff and just comes up with these great ideas that are unique for our community and things that a lot of times with merch, it's like, is it something I would want?
Right.
And whenever Melissa sends us an idea, if it's not something immediately we want, we do like one minor tweak and we're like, boom, boom, out the door. But 99.9% of the time, she just is like, here's what I think Will and Grease would like. And we're like, yeah, done.
Right.
Go ahead and let's put that on the shop. So cool stuff. And, or let's send those out to patrons. So check us out. And thank you all for participating in this little experiment we call the podcast. We don't know Jack,
but we'll drink it.
Oh, folks, that was a fun one.
That was good. That was
a real fun one.
That was likable.
It was one of the best ones we've done in a long time.
You know why?
You weren't overtly sexual the whole time. Yeah.
Well,
but it was still fun.
I tried to I took some cues from you.
Yeah, no, it was great though.
I paid attention to what you were saying instead of trying to make 2 steps ahead.
I could French you right now.
French oak me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you gonna stave me? Stave me,
He's
bro.
Like, he's like, I've been waiting.
I've been holding these daggum in.
I've been waiting an hour to say this,
dude. I'd put 7 staves in me too and let it age.
Oh my god. Folks, hey, we're about to do a blind old fashioned taste off.
No,
Oh, sorry.
It's clever.
It is clever.
It's the old fashioned showdown.
Yeah. So we got
a good old fashioned showdown is what the episode's called.
We got 6 pre-made old fashioned mixers.
Right.
And
we're doing them all blind, and we're going to be brutally honest.
I this afternoon was mixing them all, and then I poured them into sample bottles and put them in the fridge so they'd be chilled for us.
Is Eli Mason in there? Because they were a sponsor for a while,
and we love it.
And I love Eli Mason, but because we're doing it blind, I feel like we should go ham on a few. Like I'm just gonna be overly honest.
We should be, and we
but I really
went and bought them all. None were like donated. Went and bought them all, and
yeah, this is not sponsored.
I mixed up old fashions all afternoon in the kitchen and was pouring them in sample bottles. And my 4-year-old was like, "What are you doing, Daddy?" Because I'm just like, I had
well, she's also still confused because of all the flips she did at Dustin's house.
That's true. Yeah, she did.
She went down this water slide.
But I had like a glass mixing thing and like the bar spoon and was just like stir. Then I like pour, and if there was leftover, just dump it, start over. And but it's all the same base whiskey. And I followed the instructions.
Yeah, what base whiskey did you do?
I did Early Times Bottle and Bond.
Great.
I thought it was 100 proof.
We talk about that all the time.
It's a good profile. Yeah. I almost did Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, but I'm like, I want to do something a little bit different than like, because I feel like that's a go-to. People are like Evan Williams Bottle and Bond always go-to for cocktails. So I went a little bit different, something that's still known, people love, but did that. Also gave me an excuse to pick up another liter of it for.
It's one of the better values.
$25.
I don't love. I mean, yes, I'll sip on Early Times Bottled and Bond, but it's not like, ooh, this is incredible neat.
Yeah.
So it is a great cocktail mixer for sure.
Oh, so Elixir Tarak said pre-mixed or just miniatures. So we did it's the mix it, so like Eli Mason
mixes that you mix with.
Bar Smith. Actually I have I'll read you the list of what we,
or just make them watch the video.
Well, no, you can, but they're not going to know the answers. There's the ones I bought were Bitter Milk, White's Elixir, Eli Mason, Bar Smith, the Buffalo Trace or old fashioned mix, which you can buy in the gift shop there, and With Co.
What's With Co?
I mean, actually, it's the coolest looking bottle.
Really?
You'll see it in a minute.
Okay, so that's probably not going to be good.
It smelled good.
The only one that I know of, so you don't have the simple, what is that? The one that I was talking about the other day.
I don't know which one.
I don't know.
No, I didn't have that. You said you were going to acquire it and send it to me.
I know. I was going to get it at the beach.
And you didn't do it. So how would I have it?
I don't know. It's like they got a ton of weird flavors, but they're really good.
I feel like it's one we could do again because there's
so many.
There's a ton out there.
Well, we could have a round 2 and then we take the top 2 and go head to head with them.
Exactly.
One episode.
So, I mean, we're doing 6 tonight.
So we need to do like 6
but
more.
We're doing it blind. So, all right, we're going to get off here. We're going to film this video. It's going to be fun. And you'll see it by 2023.
I bet I haven't looked because I don't look at the comments anymore because I get distracted and it's annoying. So I really hope that there's a bunch of middle fingers on there.
Oh, there was quite a few.
Really?
It was like 4 people, but they did like 50 of them.
Sounds like I got 200 fans.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. Guys, this was fun. We'll do it again at some point.
We'll do it next week.
You got to hit it twice, though. Will.
No,
you can't just do it once.